Good day everyone, I am French Joy Lamos de Bahinte, Bachelor of Secondary, major in Mathematics. Today's theme, Teaching as your vocation, mission and profession. However, I will only explain the derivation of the word vocation and teaching as your vocation, and the remainder of our topic will be discussed by my groupmates. By desiderata, keep interest in your own career, however humble. It is a real position in the changing fortunes of time. Etymology of the word vocation. Vocation comes from the Latin word vocar, which means to call. Based on the etymology of the word, vocation therefore means a call. There must be a caller and someone is called. There must be also a response. For Christians, the caller is God Himself. For our brother and sister Muslims, Allah. Believers in the Supreme Being will look at this voiceless call to have a vertical dimension. For non-believers, the call is also experienced, but this may be viewed solely along a horizontal dimension. It is like man calling another man, never a superior being called man. The Christians among you realize that the Bible is full of stories of men and women who were called by God to do something not for themselves but for others. We know of Abraham, the first one called by God to become a father of great nation, the nation of God's chosen people. We recall Moses, who was called while in Egypt to lead God's chosen people out of Egypt in order to free them from slavery. In the New Testament, we know of Mary, who was also called by God to become a mother of the Savior, Jesus Christ. In Islam, we are familiar with Muhammad, the last of the prophets to be called by Allah. All of them responded positively to God's call. So, the etymology of the word vocation. In the biblical meaning of vocation, a divine call to God's service or to the Christian life, a function or station in life to which one is called by God. A call to do something, especially the religious work, is defined as a vocation. Vocation demonstrated by the woman's desire to become a nun. Teaching as your vocation. Perhaps you never dreamed to become a teacher, but here you are now preparing to become one. How did it happen? From the eyes of those who believe, it was God who called you here for you to teach. Just as God called Abraham, Moses, and Mary of the Bible. Mary said, "Behold the handmaid to your word." Of course, it is difficult explaining your call to teach God's call for one who in the first place denies God's existence, for this is a matter of faith. So, for example, for teaching as your vocation rather, you might aspire to be a teacher, but in the end, you'll become a doctor to help people who are ill or sick. You were summoned by God to assist. When someone chooses to teach as a career, they do so with passion. So in conclusion, vocation is only for those who are truly committed not only working but also to serving others.
Teaching is also a mission. The word mission comes from the Latin word missio, which means to send. You are called to be a teacher, and you are sent into the world to accomplish a mission to teach. The Webster's New Collegiate Dictionary defines mission as task assigned. You are sent to accomplish an assigned task. Teaching as your mission. Teaching is your mission means it is the task entrusted to you in this world. If it is your assigned task, then naturally, you've got to prepare yourself for it. From now on, you cannot take your studies for granted. Your 4 years of pre-service preparation will equip you with the knowledge, skills, and attitude to become an effective teacher. As a saying goes, once a teacher, forever student. What exactly is the mission to teach? It is merely to teach the child the fundamental skills or basic reading, writing, rhythmic, and right conduct. It is to deposit facts and other information into the empty minds of students. To teach is to help child become more human. In other words of Alfred North Whitehead, is it to help the child become the man of culture and of expertise? Or is it to provide opportunities for the child's growth and to remove hampering influences, as Bertrand Russell put it? To teach is to influence every child entrusted in your care to become better and happier because life becomes more meaningful. Teaching, mission and or job. If you are doing it only because you are paid for it, it's a job. If you are doing it only for the pay but also for service, it's a mission. If you quit because your boss and colleague criticize you, it's a job. If you keep on teaching out of love, it's a mission. If you teach because it not interfere with your other activities, it's a job. If you are committed to teaching even if it means letting go of other activities, it's a mission. If you quit because no one praise or thanks you for what you do, it's a job. If you remain teaching even nobody recognize what you do, it's a job. It's hard to get excited about a teaching job. If our concern is success, it's a job.
The elements of a profession. Teaching like engineering, nursing, accounting, and the like is a profession. A teacher like an engineer, a nurse, and an accountant is a professional. What are the distinguished marks of a professional teacher? Former chairperson of the Profession of Regulation Commission, Honorable Hermogenes P. Pobre in his speedy address in the National Convention of Educators remarked, "The term profession is one of the most exalted in the English language, denoting as it does long and arduous of years preparation, a striving for excellence, a dedication to the public interest, and commitment to moral and ethical values." Teaching as your profession, why does a profession require long, arduous years of preparation and striving for excellence? Because the end goal of a profession is service, and as we have heard many times, we cannot give what we do not have. We can give more if we have more. Our service to the public as a professional turns out to be dedicated and committed only when our moral, ethical, and religious values serve as our bedrock for mission. The same moral, ethical, and religious conviction inspire us to embrace continuing professional education. If you take teaching as profession, this means that you must be willing to go through a long period of preparation and continuing professional development. You must strive for excellence, commit yourself to moral, ethical, and religious values, and dedicated yourself to public service. The pwede na mentality versus excellence. The striving for excellence as an element a profession brings us to our pwede na mentality, which is inimical excellence. This mentality is expressed in other ways like talagang ganyan yan, wala tayong magawa. All indicators of defeatism and resignation to mediocrity. The morality rate in the licensure examination for teacher for first 10 years is a glaring evidence that excellence is very much one thing of our teacher graduates. If we remain true to our calling and mission as a professional teacher, we have no choice but to take the endless and the less traveled road to excellence. Teaching and a life of meaning. Want to give our life meaning? Want to live a purpose-driven life? Spend it passionately in teaching the noble profession. Consider what Dr. Joseph T. Bio, the first ancient teacher award in an international competition, said in a speech delivered before a selected group of teachers, superintendent, deputy official, and consultant to wit. Teaching may not be a lucrative position. It cannot guarantee financial security. It even means investing your personal time, energy, and resources. Sometimes, it means disappointments, heartache, and pains, but touching heart of people and opening the minds of children can give you joy and contentment which money could not buy. These are the moments I teach for. These are the moments I live for. That's all. Thank you.